Yes.
10 seconds.
Catch you on the flap side.
Blue collar check.
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
7 WEOB, The Asylum.
Whee! It's me, Snuggle. Here to tell you about Snuggle Dryer Sheets. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive. I stopped static cling. Where do you see? With me, clothes are never, ever staticky. And they're cuddly fresh. For a snuggly soft wash, try me.
Try Snuggle Fabric Softener and easy-to-snap-off sheets. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive.
They've grown so much larger since the last time I was visiting with you.
Well, they're all the better to hear you with, my dear. You know what I mean, don't you?
And what great big eyes you have.
Just all the better to see you with, now wouldn't you agree?
And your big mouth.
All the better to eat you with.
Hello everybody, this is the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views and all the episodes I must review. Resident Upheaval. This one is the 14th episode in season 5 likely, and mostly above all the 213th episode. So when hearing this episode and actually seeing the title card of this episode, this looked like it was going to be another Clink and McCloud episode. So I presently skipped this episode and went to watch a few other episodes in season 5, because I thought this episode was really going to suck, as flying solo and how the best was won. But when I gave this episode a watch, I kind of was right about it. But it's not as bad, and not too bad as I might say, because there is one certain character that actually made her appearance in this episode. And like I said before, she's one of my favorite minor characters, since she looks like my grandmother on my mom's side of the family. So where would I place this episode on my scale rate? Well, let me just get into this episode, because I got a few more great request episodes in this month.
Here at Sunset Canyon, we have many wonderful amenities.
Yeah!
You're driving like a maniac.
I'm sorry, since we're already getting out to a confusing start, why the hell is Seymour actually driving a golf cart inside the retirement home? I don't think that's even allowed in there. Who the hell is actually running this place? I mean, really, who?
Like these state-of-the-art vending machines, located right outside the cafeteria, where every meal is a culinary adventure.
I love Mystery Meat Mondays.
Wow, doesn't everybody? By the way, you want to know a little secret about what Chuck E. Cheese does with their leftovers? Sorry, can't tell. I'm sure Five Nights at Freddy would be doing the same thing.
I just want to go home. Don't just keep staring at the screens. Have I gone insane? Don't just keep. Am I seeing things? Something wrong in my brain. Don't just keep.
Is it chicken? Is it rattlesnake? Who knows?
Mystery solved.
The fuck, your grandfather eats rattlesnakes? Ain't those things fucking dangerous to even eat? Oh well, he probably might die on the inside if the rattlesnake decides to bite him from the inside.
I sure hope you enjoyed your tour of Sunset Canyon, Myrtle. Not that you needed one. I could have sworn you already lived here.
Everybody thinks that.
Shit, lady, you sure fooled all of us. We all thought you would be living at Sunset Canyon. Hell, I don't even think Pop actually explained how he even met Myrtle. This had to be a last minute to write episode. Because honestly, in season 5, we just need to have another conflict with Lincoln and Clyde, don't we? Now suddenly, everybody thinks that.
Probably because I'm always here visiting this one.
Shit, quit trying to steal Disney's Winnie the Pooh. It's bad enough that they actually turned Winnie the Pooh into a frickin' serial killer. What's gonna be next down the line? You gonna turn the Muppets into a horror flick? Let's hope Mickey Mouse don't go down that path. I stand corrected.
Which is why I definitely want the available room. Here's my application.
Well, we do have another applicant. The board will take a day or two to decide, and we'll let you know if you get the room.
Gee, I wonder who else could have actually applied for the room here at Sunset Canyon.
I hope you get the room here, Myrtle Dove. Just once, I'd love to watch a sunset with you.
I'd give him 2 seasons. Probably 1 if he decides to get bisectomy. Yes, I know that episode already exists, Kevin. You don't have to fucking remind me of it. I know they got married. I just mean of them having a child in their future. Then again, I want to know what actually happened to Rita's mother. I just hope season 7 can provide us a good episode of Rita's youth years, besides showing her being in high school.
You two have nothing to worry about. The man with the plan's got this. I'm going to make sure Myrtle gets in here.
I'm sorry, how many times has the man with a plan has actually failed with a plan before? All the good money they had to piss away for a bunch of episodes we've already seen with a man with a plan that had failed before.
And this here is our pool room. Love that chlorine smell?
I love the smell of chlorinated water. And I'm gonna tell you one funny little joke I actually did. 2 years before the COVID pandemic even happened, I played a crazy joke by putting too much chlorine into a pool at a party, and then this one ditzy blonde-haired girl, she was taking a swim in the pool, and when she came out the next day, her hair was green. And holy shit! I didn't even think that was actually gonna work. Hell, it could have been so much funnier and disgusting if you were swimming and pissing in a pool of nacho cheese.
Hey, where's Nana Gale?
Sorry, I popped by the kitchen to test out the oven. Anyone care for a lemon scone?
Ah, there she is! Nana Gale! Good to see you for the first time in a Loud House episode. And I can't wait to go visit my grandmother in Texas in a couple of weeks.
And what great big eyes you have.
Just all the better to see you with, now wouldn't you agree?
Get me out of this giant toilet!
Then don't drink it, just swim in it.
Thank you so much for the tour, Bernie. Here's my application.
Just so you know, there is...
Yeah, didn't we already do this before? I'm starting to already feel this is actually like a SpongeBob episode.
I really hope I get in here. This place is wonderful.
They say that falling in love is wonderful.
It would be so great to have you living close by, Mom.
Wait a minute, if that's your mom, then who's Pencil Neck's mom? And I wonder even what happened with Nana Gale's husband.
Yeah, that would mean more game nights, more museum hopping.
And more time to cook family meals together.
I can't wait to do that with my grandmother when I'm down in Dallas, Texas. Hey, can't blame me. I love to cook.
These gears have been tough getting used to, but they do come in mighty handy from time to time.
Don't worry, Nana Gale. I'm gonna make sure you get the room. I'm the man with the plan. Actually, I'm best friends with the man with the plan, but I learned a lot from him.
Do I even need to make the fucking joke here? It feels like it's so much of a repeat of what they already did before with Lincoln's subplot. But now right here, it sets everything up, and it feels like these two are going to be against each other like in a few episodes before. Chickley, if you actually learned something from the man with the plan, hell, then you should actually already know what to do and schooled. Or was your brain cells not even thinking correctly? But that was still a good waste of a special.
Phew, didn't expect you to be this fast.
I gotta hit my daily 10,000 steps.
You know who else likes walking? Myrtle.
I know what you're thinking. You'd rather be at Grandma's house.
Everyone's a critic.
Oh, God. She gets that room, she could be your walking bud.
Shit, Lincoln, going out for a swim? Or a jog at the mall? Which I don't think is not a necessarily good idea to actually be jogging at the mall. Think about how many people are actually there. Especially when some of them are looking down at their phones and not even paying fucking attention, as some of those who are actually driving without even looking. But it's amazing to see Lincoln doing this when he didn't want to do it in the loudest yard, and he wanted to do it in Health Kick, sort of. So I guess some changes can happen. But in case some of you guys have forgotten, there's another subplot that actually goes along with this episode.
Thanks for treating me to this, Clyde. I read in Gray and Groovy Monthly that fish nibbling spas are all the rage.
I never had a bunch of fish actually nibble at my own feet. Fuck, it could be actually more painful if you're not paying attention where you're dipping your feet at. Especially around where I live at, there's a bunch of these little guys who you don't want to encounter.
You know who else loves the spa? Nana Gill! If she gets that room at Sunset Canyon, she could be your new spa buddy!
Shit, you and Lincoln are a hell of a duet here. Tell you what, why don't you two just start harmonizing? Moving right along, Lincoln and Clyde will be fighting soon.
Wowie, wow! These seats are amazing! You must have spent your entire allowance on these tickets!
Well, I figured an important board member like you could use a break once in a while.
Sorry, just trying to lighten the fucking mood up here.
The sun is shining brightly, cockadoo sunny day. Alright, I'm gonna stop singing.
Shit, I miss theater school so much. I wish I could have actually been in that Beauty and the Beast play. If that job opportunity didn't grab me soon.
And hey, you know who has season tickets to the opera? Myrtle!
You don't say!
Recognize those two? Don't have a clue? Here you go.
We'd love to see your act. In fact, we'd hate to miss your act. In fact, we'd love to hate your act. Oh!
Statler, Waldorf, where'd you guys come from?
Shit, I didn't even know the Muppets actually exist in the Loud House. But those two are not the only people that Lincoln actually spots.
Clyde and Seymour?
Lincoln and Bernie? What are they doing here?
I don't know. If they're so close, how the hell did they not even see each other? They're not that fucking far away.
The fuck are you doing?
What are you doing here, my swan?
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Anna Gale is the other applicant at Sunset Canyon?
Son of a bitch!
You son of a bitch! You know my dad's been wanting her to move closer for years.
Oh yeah? I couldn't tell.
Well, Pop-Up's been trying to get Myrtle in too.
Really? I couldn't tell.
So that's why you're schmoozing Bernie.
Well, you're doing the same thing with Seymour. My grandfriend deserves the
For being a bunch of middle school kids, they sure are pretty much immature. Then again, a lot of middle schoolers are just like that. But as we have Bernie and Seymour actually having a tiebreaker and can't decide who's going to get the room, they'll have to take this up straight with the head of the board at Sunset Canyon. Gee, I can't imagine who the fuck it is. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Your grannies want the room, they're gonna have to battle for it.
We waited 40 minutes just for you to say that?
I did not give you permission to be at a pudding machine, Scoots.
You just used up today's bathroom break.
As much as I want to live at Sunset Canyon, I wouldn't battle someone just for a room. Though I am taking that kickboxing class.
Your grandmother's really got fierce. Yeah, kick his ass!
Just tell the board to let the other applicant have the room. My fighting days ended when I left the South American Wrestling Association.
Oh, excuse me, I don't want to see your old titties. And Lincoln shouldn't stare either. Well, at least we know she and Albert have something in common. They both got great tattoo artists. But seeing how both the boys are not giving up on both their nanas, they so like to call themselves the man with the plan. But only one kid's got to be the man with the plan. Oh, that's no fucking surprise. I mean, really, how many disguises do you think you're gonna pull off so easily, Lincoln? When really, you're really not gonna fucking fool anybody, not even me. Even Bugs Bunny is actually better in drags than you are.
You must be Nana Gale. I'm Myrtle. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet. Nice to meet. Lincoln?
Clyde, what are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing?
I am so ashamed to be this critic today. I will admit, Clyde makes a better master of disguise than Lincoln does. He closely kind of looks like Nana Gale, except he's a little dwarf size. Hell, that kind of disguise that Lincoln's wearing, it looks like he's wearing a fucking helmet and an oversized coconut shell that looks like a baboon's ass. Let Clyde be the master of disguise. He fools about almost everybody. Point proven, grub snub.
Do you have any special pizzas today?
No! Actually, we don't have any pizza at all.
We need our check. Where's that cute little waiter? She thinks I'm cute?
You're a fucking dumbass!
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, homeschool. Enlighten us.
So goodbye to you and farewell to thee.
All right, ladies, it's go time. There are 5 challengers, each designed to see who is more compatible with the Sunset Canyon lifestyle.
You know, I never pick sides, but in this case, I already have my vote on which character I actually want to have that room. And you all already know who the fuck that is. Hey, is Scoot's really that blind not to tell it's the boys and not the nanas? Shit, if she wasn't wearing them damn sunglasses all the time, maybe she would actually see so much better. Then again, she might be pulling their fucking leg.
Whoever wins the most challenges gets the room and the glory.
You're a couple of sluts!
I think it's nice.
I'd rather kill myself.
Good luck in the afterworld.
Ugh, I'd rather be drinking pipe liquid cleaner than watch any tongue reaction.
Round 1, jigsaw puzzles, go!
I won fair and square, suckers!
Time! Round 1 goes to Nana Gale.
That's what it's all about right there.
Decided to cheat.
Okay, that's enough sexy dancing.
Oh, he lives! We substituted pain, or even better, death, for just a damn messy joke again. Cursed movie. You gave me hope that an animal could die in this.
Round 2, Myrtle.
Shit, I didn't even think Lincoln would have such a fucking bad arm at throwing some things. Shit, he couldn't even play football properly.
Delicious. Any other idea?
Recognize that sound?
Round 3, Nana Gale.
La da dee dee da 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 abracadabra.
Good thing he's cute.
I'm sorry, popcorn stuck in my throat. Be right back.
Is that all you got? Oh, chicken fight. Room must have opened up. Yeah, noodler.
Oh, good lord. That's real disturbing with Scoot's in that. It's a good thing she's not wearing a 2 fucking piece. Otherwise, Wilma Flintstone wouldn't be that sexy looking.
I'm in love with a stripper.
Hey there, pudding wrestling.
Hey, hey.
Back off! I want this!
Oh, dude, I could really do without the upskirt little girl panty shots. Thank you.
Praise the Lord, that was not the real Nana Gil. Otherwise, I'd be having a heart attack if I was 75 years old.
Yeah, can learn to be like someone like me.
We can explain.
Relax. I knew you two clowns were wearing disguises. I just wanted a good show.
I got something way better than that.
Shit, I knew them boys couldn't pull the wool over her eyes. By the way, you should listen to how that song goes by T-Pain.
She pulled the wool over my eyes.
So, did one of us win?
Yeah, so which of our grandmothers get the room?
Neither, because you both cheated. Show's over, people. Yo, Tyler, let's go back to my place.
Survey says...
Well, them boys had it coming since they were trying to pretend to be their own grandmothers just so they could get what they wanted for them. And let that be a lesson to anybody out there. At this point, we already know how this is going to end.
Dudes, please give our grandmas another chance.
They shouldn't have to miss out on living here just because we messed up.
Oh, fine. Just quit it with the mushy talk. Gives me hives.
Oh, what else is new? Did you catch herpes from that new boyfriend of yours? Most of them good-looking guys that look like him, they already have the AIDS. Do I know that for sure? Only 50% of guarantee I can give.
Let Nana Gale have it.
No, give it to Myrtle. I insist.
Oh, I don't have all day. Come back to me when you decide.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is going on? What the mother, father, cocker spaniel's going on here?
What's going on? Scoots, you've been hogging a giant two-bedroom suite this whole time?
Yeah, that's an awful lot of space for just one person.
Well, what have you got to say for yourself?
Go on.
Do you deny it?
No, it ain't. I need the second room to store my scooter and Tai-Tai's motorcycle.
Shit, I thought Flip was that greedy-ass cock gobbler. But for Scoots, I'm not exactly so sure what kind of words I should use on her, but she reminds me of Seymour Skinner's mother, whatever the fuck her name was in The Simpsons.
Seymour, are you looking at naked ladies?
No, Mother.
You sissy.
Two-bedroom suite, huh?
Thanks again, Scoots, for giving up your room.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Tyler. Let's see if we can cram your bike into my new single.
But do us all a favor, don't be sharing the same bed together. We all be having nightmares if that happens.
Eeny, meeny, miny. You.
Oh, great, you're here. Nana Gale, I'd like you to meet Myrtle, my gran-gran.
Oh, it's so lovely to finally meet you.
It's great to meet you, too. Roommate.
Philip! Stop it! Stop that! Philip! Put me down!
That was a little too unrealistic of the prince to do that with his father.
Sorry, I'm a hugger.
And this little cutie is Bingo.
The dog's name is Bingo? Shit, while you're at it, why not name a horse Yankee Doodle? And look at me, Wilbur. I'm going right into town riding on my owner. I might as well eat his feathers since it's macaroni.
Macaroni? Who ever heard of anyone sticking a feather in his cap and calling it macaroni? That's ridiculous!
Oh, well, I've always thought that myself.
Oh, I have something for you.
Roomies. Roomies? How thoughtful.
Look at those two. They're getting along so well. Just like us when we first met.
I have to admit, that was such a good point Clyde actually made. Someone related on Lincoln's side of the family, and someone related on Clyde's side of the family. Although I'm still unclear about what their last names are. Because I know for a fact, Pop Pop is Rita's dad, but her last name wasn't even Loud. Because when Lynn Sr. married Rita, her last name became Loud. But for Nana Gale's last name, I'm pretty much unsure, but I somehow think her last name might be McBride too, considering that is Harold's mother. Then again, I'm still unsure about Clyde's mother. As I stated before, he might be adopted. So many puzzles need to complete before the show ends.
Ladies better unpack quick. The ice cream truck is here and we get a senior discount.
Senior discount? Why, thank you, young man.
Who would have fucking knew they put those disguises back on and just fooled the ice cream man? I'm surprised Nana and Myrtle didn't even see these two boys pretending to be them throughout Sunset Canyon. Cheer up, lady. You got diabetes.
I can't believe...
And that has been Resident Upheaval. Okay, so I was closely of almost giving this a bad rating, but somehow I did not. Because honestly, when watching an episode that happens to do with Lincoln and Clyde, you already know what's going to happen between these two. And when watching this episode, it's not weak, but at least there's a bunch of things that got recycled from another episode into this one. I felt like this was an episode that felt like it was interned for worse. Once you actually put 2 and 2 together, it will all make sense to you, especially when it wasn't too obvious. And everybody will agree with me when I say this. I think the spotlight for this episode should have gone to Nana Gale and Myrtle. Because for an episode like this, it would actually fit the both of them. And for a change, they would actually be in Lincoln and Clyde's shoes. Yes, it would be predictable, but it wouldn't be too goodly predictable as Lincoln and Clyde being in the spotlight. Because when it came to the ending for the both of them actually meeting and what Clyde actually said, that made me think, why is this not the episode that having to do with Myrtle and Nana Gale actually trying to get to the room? Until in the very end, they learned how to share it and started to get to know one another. And they both would have realized that their grandsons were actually friends with each other. And I would have gave this more of a higher rating. But luckily I gave it what it is because of the appearance of Nana Gale, one of my favorite minor characters. I would have trashed on Scoots in this episode, but somehow she was kind of useful in this episode. For once. Because when the boys were disguising themselves, I just loved how the fact how Scoots just kind of went along with it and she knew that it was them all alone. Because I guess she's probably the only character that isn't quite stupid as everybody else in town. So it's really an episode that you can be watching before you even go visit your grandparents. The execution was pretty much predictable and much likely recycled, especially when you got Lincoln and Clyde being in the spotlight, when really Myrtle and Nana Gale should have actually been the main focus of this episode. Because Jennifer and Loretta would have been having so much fun behind the mic doing the two older women. That would kind of be like the Lincoln and Clyde in this episode. I'm not even sure if Steen TWK actually said the same thing in his review, because likely he would have agreed with me on this subject. And I barely watch anyone else's Loud House reviews. This has been the Loud House Critic. Peter Pan and Wendy is gonna suck, and Evil Dead Rise will be gory.
In the loud house, duck, dodge, push and shove is how we show our love. In the loud house, gotta love mom and dad for not going completely mad.
To infinity and beyond!